Hello class, this is day 2 of Flipping the Classroom. So here we go. We're going to talk about decimals, fractions, and percents, and finding the relationship between the two and converting between them, right? So you're going to label your notes this. Comparing decimals, fractions, and percents, yo. Okay, so they all mean the same thing. Like if I have 1% or 1 over 10 or what's the other one? Decimal, 0.01. It all means the same thing, just a different way of writing it. It's like me having a nickname, Miss Pock, Tupac, Pock. You know, it's just different ways of writing the same number. Let me show you a visual. So for example, I got lunchbox, right? And it's a half as a fraction. It's also 0.05 as a decimal, and it's also 50% as a percent. All means the same thing, just written in 3 different ways. So first step I'm going to do is percent to fraction, all right? Percent means out of 100. Percent, it means out of 100. So when I see 4%, I think 4 out of 100, because 4%. Out of 100, right? So 4 out of 100. There we go. We changed it into a fraction. Easy, right? But we got to reduce it. We have to simplify it. Now, how you do that is you divide both the denominator and numerator by 2. So 4 divided by 2 is 2, and 100 divided by 2 is 50. Oh, we could go more. We could go more. Divide numerator and denominator by 2 again. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 50 divided by 2 is 25. Final answer. So 4% is 1 over 25 in fraction. Good? So say you got 97% on your test. That's 97 out of 100. And you cannot reduce that anymore, so that's it. Percent always means out of 100. Easy, right? Okay, let's do another conversion here. Let's do fraction to decimal. So we got this fraction 2/5, for example, and I want to get into decimal. Well, this fraction is also the division line, right? So we divide. But I'm like, who do I divide again? What do I divide again? Remember the nerd and the donkey from 6th grade, maybe, if you were here? The nerd goes inside the house, and the donkey stays outside the house. And you divide, okay? I'm not going to teach you how to divide, but because you should know it by now, if you don't, come see me, and you get 0.4. Remember, I want this at 0.4 is your decimal. Does that make sense? So converting fraction to decimal, you just got to divide. Decimals to fraction, for example, let's have this decimal 0.75 to a fraction. Well, we look at this place value. A lot of people said place value today in math class. And if you read this, it's 75 hundredths, right? So then we read it as 75 hundredths, and we simplify like before, and we get 3/4 when we simplify, right? So you have to read the place value. Okay, let's do another one. Let's do like, let's do 0.26. That's 26 hundredths, right? And then you simplify. Let's divide by 2, divide by 2. You would get 13 over 50. I believe that's as simple as it gets. You're done. Okay, I think the last one we're going to talk about is fractions to percent. I don't think we talked about that. If we did, I'm repeating myself. But let's say we're trying to change 3/8 to a percent. Now remember, percent is out of 100, okay? So if you can get this denominator to be 100, that's great. I'll show an example where you can do that easily. But this one, you can't get it out of 100 so easily. I don't know what times 8 equals 100. So I'm going to do the old method, and I'm going to just divide it, right? So I'm going to do 3 goes outside, or sorry, 3 goes inside. The nerd goes inside. Where's my eraser? The 3 goes inside, and the 8 goes outside. We divide, and we will get 0.375 when we divide, okay? Just divide, and then, to change it into percent, you have to multiply by 100. Okay? So then if you multiply by 100, Remember, I think Dr. Pepper or something people were saying? If you don't know what that is, basically when you multiply by 100, your number should get bigger, right? So right now we have 0.375. Multiplying by 100 will bring my place value 2 place values over because you're multiplying by 10 twice. This is basically 2 to the second power. So you're multiplying it once and you're multiplying it twice and get you here. So this will equal, 3/8 will equal, 3/8 equals 37.5%. It won't always be that hard. I'll show you an easier one. I want to change 3/5 to a percent, right? So I know I can get this to be at 100 because if I multiply this by 20, I get 100. Then I can multiply the numerator by 20, and look what I get. 3 times 20 is 60. 5 times 20 is 100. That's 60 out of 100. And we know what 60 out of 100 is. Out of 100%, everyone say percent, 60%. That's it. So if you get the denominator to be out of 100, you're game. But if you can't, you got to divide and then multiply by 100. Capiche? Or I'm going to give you 2 problems. Hold up. Here are the 2 problems. The first one, I don't know why I got cut off, but it's order from least to greatest. And the second one, which number is less than negative 0.94%? There's going to be more than one answer for that one. All right, I hope you have a fabulous day. I will see you tomorrow. Friday! TGIF, yo. Bye.